What is happening, Spotlight Nation? Get ready, because the news cycle is absolutely exploding today with updates you do not want to miss. We're diving deep into the stories that are shaking up the industry, bringing you the hottest takes and the biggest reveals. From legendary artists reimagining their classics to defining eras in music history, we've got it all covered. You think you know what's going on? Think again. We're breaking down the massive collaborations that are set to redefine sound and exploring the unsung heroes of entire music movements. Plus, we're getting into the nitty-gritty of what makes a band truly iconic. This is your front row seat to the most electrifying news, so buckle up. You're about to get the inside scoop on everything that matters. Stick around, because you absolutely need to hear this. First up, we're talking about a true music titan who's not just resting on their laurels. This legendary band is dropping a whole new edition of their latest album, and they've brought out the big guns for it. We're talking about a star-studded lineup of friends, from country queens to rock royalty, all lending their voices to reimagine the tracks. It's a massive project that proves the power of collaboration and friendship in the music world. You won't believe who's on this guest list. But the music news doesn't stop there. We're also going to explore the roots of an entire genre, digging into the bands that defined an era and a sound. Forget what you thought you knew about where the magic happened, because we're shining a spotlight on the often overlooked East Coast scene. These were the bands with the grit, the attitude, and the undeniable talent that took the world by storm. Get ready to learn about the true architects of a musical revolution. So, whether you're a die-hard fan or just love staying on top of the biggest stories, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a beat. Musical Masterclass, Bon Jovi's Forever Legendary Edition, unveiled. Bon Jovi, the iconic rock band, is set to release a reimagined version of their 16th studio album, Forever, titled Forever Legendary Edition, on October 24th. This ambitious project sees the band collaborating with an impressive roster of A-list artists, breathing new life into the songs from their 2024 release. The Legendary Edition boasts features from a diverse array of talent, including country superstar Lainey Wilson, rock powerhouse Jelly Roll, fellow New Jersey native Bruce Springsteen, Def Leppard's Joe Elliott, Ryan Tedder, Avril Lavigne, Jason Isbell, and James Bay, among others. This move echoes Bon Jovi's past success in country music, notably their 2006 hit, Who Says You Can't Go Home with Jennifer Nettles, hinting at the blend of genres and influences present in the new release. Fans can get a preview of the Legendary Edition with the release of 2 new tracks, the brand new single, Red, White, and Jersey, which was not featured on the original album, and a fresh rendition of Hollow Man, featuring a collaboration with Bruce Springsteen. John Bon Jovi himself shared the inspiration behind this extensive project, explaining that it was born out of necessity during his recovery from vocal cord surgery. Without an ability to tour at that time, I continued working in the studio and called on some friends, great singers, artists, musicians, and also just great people, he stated. He described the result as an album with a new viewpoint and new spirit, a collaboration album that proves we all get by in this world with a little help from our friends. Bon Jovi expressed immense joy and gratitude for the release, emphasizing the collective spirit. I can say with certainty that there is always something bigger than me, and that's we. The Forever Legendary Edition is currently available for pre-order, with a tracklist that includes notable collaborations such as Living Proof with Jelly Roll, Waves with Jason Isbell, Seeds with Ryan Tedder, Walls of Jericho with Joe Elliott, and I Wrote You a Song with Lainey Wilson, showcasing the breadth of talent involved. This release marks a significant moment for the band, celebrating their enduring legacy and their ability to connect with contemporary artists, offering fans a fresh perspective on their latest work. So, are you ready to dive even deeper into the world of rock legends? Next, we're uncovering the unsung heroes who shaped an entire musical movement on the East Coast. East Coast rock revolution, defining the big four of hair metal. The vibrant and often wild world of 1980s hair metal is most famously associated with the sun-drenched clubs of the Sunset Strip in Los Angeles. However, the East Coast, particularly New Jersey and New York, played a crucial role in shaping this iconic genre, fostering a distinct sound and attitude that left an indelible mark on music history. While LA's scene boasted bands like Mötley Crüe and Guns N' Roses, the East Coast produced its own set of powerhouses with a relentless work ethic and a raw, defiant spirit that resonated with fans. This article delves into the concept of the Big Four of East Coast hair metal, highlighting the bands that emerged from this region and achieved significant success. New Jersey, often cited as the epicenter of East Coast hair metal, was the birthplace of Bon Jovi. Rising from local clubs to international superstadiums, Bon Jovi became one of the best-selling bands of the 1980s, blending hard rock with pop sensibilities. Not far from Bon Jovi's roots, Skid Row emerged a few years later, touring with Bon Jovi and achieving multi-platinum status with their gritty, blues-infused hard rock sound. Pennsylvania also contributed significantly to the hair metal landscape, with Cinderella, Poison, and Britny Fox all hailing from the state. These bands were known for their powerful vocals, anthemic choruses, and dynamic stage presence, solidifying their place in the genre's pantheon. Twisted Sister, formed in Ho-Ho-Kus, New Jersey, relocated to Long Island, New York, where they honed their craft on the club circuit, eventually breaking through with their distinctive look and hard-charging anthems. The New York City metropolitan area was another fertile ground for talent, with bands like Winger, White Lion, and Danger Danger also emerging from the city's boroughs, showcasing the sheer concentration of musical prowess in the region. These East Coast bands, while perhaps not always receiving the same mainstream media spotlight as their West Coast counterparts, shared a common thread of resilience, an undeniable talent for songwriting, and a fierce determination to succeed. Their music often carried a more grounded, working-class sensibility, reflecting their roots and contributing to their broad appeal. The recognition of these bands as the Big Four of East Coast hair metal serves to highlight their significant contributions to the genre and to celebrate the diverse origins of a sound that defined a generation. This exploration invites listeners to appreciate the depth and breadth of the hair metal movement, acknowledging the vital role played by artists from beyond the typical LA narrative. Ready to discover more about the legends who defined an era? Now, let's revisit a band that's continuously evolving and collaborating with today's biggest stars. Bon Jovi's evolving sound, Forever Legendary Edition, and a look back. Bon Jovi is making waves once again with the announcement of Forever Legendary Edition, a reimagined version of their 16th studio album, Forever, set for release on October 24th. This special edition features collaborations with a star-studded lineup, including country music sensation Lainey Wilson, rock artist Jelly Roll, and longtime collaborator Bruce Springsteen, among many others. This project marks a significant moment for the band, especially considering Jon Bon Jovi's recent vocal cord surgery and recovery. He explained that the album was born out of necessity, stating, "Without an ability to tour at that time, I continued working in the studio and called on some friends, great singers, artists, musicians, and also just great people." This collaborative spirit has resulted in an album that Jon Bon Jovi describes as having a new viewpoint and new spirit, emphasizing that we all get by in this world with a little help from our friends. The Legendary Edition is available for pre-order, with tracks like Living Proof, featuring Jelly Roll, and Hollow Man with Bruce Springsteen set to offer fans a taste of the new sound. This release follows the band's 16th studio album, Forever, which was released in June 2024 and reached number 3 in the UK charts. Singles like Legendary and Living Proof also made it into the UK Top 40. Jon Bon Jovi described the album as a return to joy and a turn-up-the-volume, feel-good Bon Jovi experience. The band's continued success is evident in milestones such as their classic hit, Always, surpassing 1 billion views on YouTube, making it the third Bon Jovi song to achieve this feat, following It's My Life and Livin' on a Prayer. The band's legacy is further celebrated through their documentary series, Thank You, Good Night, The Bon Jovi Story, available on Disney+, which even uncovered a treasure trove of unreleased songs. Looking back at their storied career, Bon Jovi's journey began in the early 1980s, leading to chart-topping albums like Slippery When Wet and New Jersey. They've navigated lineup changes, achieved massive global success, and earned accolades such as induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Despite challenges, including Bon Jovi's health, the band continues to connect with fans through new music and retrospective content, proving their enduring appeal and commitment to their craft. It's clear Bon Jovi is a band that keeps on giving. But what about the bands that defined an era? We're exploring the roots of hair metal next. Beyond the Strip, unpacking the big four of East Coast hair metal. While the Los Angeles rock scene of the 1980s, with its glittering clubs and iconic bands, often dominates the narrative of hair metal, the East Coast harbored its own powerful contingent of artists who defined the genre with a unique blend of raw energy and undeniable charisma. The term hair metal, though initially a dismissive label, effectively captures the visual and sonic aesthetic of glam metal and pop metal bands that rose to prominence during that era. This piece focuses on identifying the big four of East Coast hair metal, recognizing the bands that emerged from New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania, and made significant contributions to the music landscape. The East Coast's contribution to hair metal is often characterized by a more grounded, perhaps even grittier approach compared to their West Coast counterparts. New Jersey, in particular, was a breeding ground for talent. Bon Jovi, hailing from Sayreville, became a global phenomenon, blending hard rock with anthemic melodies. A few years later, Skid Row, also from New Jersey, emerged with a harder-edged sound, touring extensively with Bon Jovi and achieving significant commercial success. Pennsylvania also proved to be a hotbed for hair metal, with Cinderella, Poison, and Britney Fox all carving out successful careers. These bands were known for their powerful vocals, elaborate stage shows, and hit singles that dominated the airwaves. Further north, in New Jersey's Ho-Ho Cuss, Twisted Sister formed before relocating to Long Island, New York. They spent years cultivating a devoted following on the club circuit, becoming synonymous with their flamboyant image and high-energy performances. The New York City metropolitan area also spawned other notable acts, including Winger, White Lion, and Danger Danger, further cementing the East Coast's influence. These bands, through their relentless touring, songwriting prowess, and distinctive styles, played a pivotal role in popularizing the hair metal sound. Their music often reflected a tenacious work ethic and a direct connection with their audience, differentiating them within the broader genre. Identifying these bands as the Big Four of East Coast hair metal acknowledges their collective impact and the enduring legacy of a sound that continues to resonate with fans today, proving that great music knows no geographical boundaries. And that's just scratching the surface of rock's rich history. Now, let's circle back to a legendary band that's reinventing their sound with some incredible new collaborations. All right, Spotlight Nation, that's a wrap on another electrifying news rundown. We heard about Bon Jovi dropping a star-studded, forever legendary edition, with Lainey Wilson and Jelly Roll, reminding us of the power of collaboration. We also dove deep into the Big Four of East Coast hair metal, celebrating the bands that defined an era with their raw energy and unforgettable sound. Don't miss out on any of the action. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this update. Subscribe to Shady Spotlight for your daily dose of the biggest stories, and ring that notification bell so you're always in the know. Plus, drop a comment below telling us which story you're most excited about, and make sure to follow us on all our social media channels for exclusive behind-the-scenes content.